Hey, you're listening to the Intentional Mind podcast, and I'm your host, Ange Barnard. On this episode, we're going to be talking about being an intentional gift giver. So the holiday season is here, and a lot of us are thinking about what it is that we want to give to others. But if you're like me, you've probably had times where this season has been stressful for you. So in the past, I used to be someone who would just stress about what I'm going to get people, and I would feel overwhelmed with all the shopping, but I didn't want to be the person that showed up somewhere with no gifts for people. And I also wanted to give them gifts that they actually would like and use. And some people I felt like were harder to shop for because they kind of had all the things that they wanted. And I didn't want to just give them stuff that they weren't going to use, that they would later throw away or donate. And plus, that I would feel like that was like a waste of my money. Has anyone ever really struggled with this? But you still want to be a giving person and you actually like to give gifts because it makes you feel good, right? So what I did differently last year really reduced so much stress for me, and I really enjoyed the holiday season. So this is what I did. I started being intentional about how I was going to give instead of just like last minute being like, oh crap, like this person's going to be at the Christmas party. I need to get them something and this person, and then like running last minute to like find stuff just to grab them a gift, just to kind of check the box. Like that's how I used to be because I waited so long to give them a gift. I'm just keeping it real. That was me. What I did this past year was I made a document where I was really intentional. I thought about the vision that I had as a giver. Like I thought about how much money did I want to spend this season. I talked it over with my husband, and we set an amount. And then I went down and made a list of all the people I would like to give to. And I asked him too, who are the people that you'd like to give to? So we put them all on this long list. And then I'll pull it up right now. So to make sure I'm not missing anything. So I made a list on let me see. 5 columns, right? Is what I made. So the first column is name, and it's the whole list of the people that I was giving to. The second column was item, or the thing that I was going to be buying that person. And then that's where I could brainstorm. I loved having this column because I would just brainstorm in it, and I would just think about like my sister, what are some of the things that she likes? And I would just list a bunch of stuff that I thought that she would really love to receive as a gift. And then the third column was an amount. And I put the amount there, like how much each thing would probably cost. And then I would have an equal sign. So an example would be like 16 plus 37 plus 17 and then equals. And I'd put the number down based on the items that I had put over in the left column. And then to the right of the amount column, I just had a check mark that said done. Like, am I done shopping for this person? And then the column after that was just notes. If there was something that I needed to come back to for whatever reason, I'd come back to that. So you can do this in an Excel document, or you can just make your own. I do mine in this app called Notion. You can create all of these columns and rows, and I just kind of like that, and I can pull it up every year and look at what I did last year. So that's what I'm doing right now as I'm looking at this. So at the very bottom, there is a total column where I total out how much all the gifts cost, but I also set my budget in advance and how much I want to spend. And if you're not so much concerned about the finances, because some people are like, well, I just want to give them, the best gift for them. I'm not so much concerned about how much it costs, well, within reason, right? Then still just throw a number out there. So just to see where you're at, and do this still, because when you start brainstorming items, it's really nice to give yourself an idea. You're just really intentional versus just strolling through a store or something and being like, oh, maybe they would like this, maybe this. And it's like, it's not a very intentional use of your time either, because you can be like roaming around for hours and hours, and you could be doing something else with your time. You can get way better gifts if you are intentional in this way. So my first tip is that, one, you get clear on the vision that you have for how you're going to give this year, including the amount you want to spend and who you want to give to. And you create some kind of tracking system for yourself. And then you can refer to this again the following year. This is awesome. And it's really helpful too when you're wrapping presents, because then you can look and see, did you wrap all of the things in case things, get misplaced, or whatever, if you need to separate gifts based on homes that you may be going to, it's just nice to also have this list there too. And you might want to add additional columns for that reason if you need another check mark of some sort. I just find it to be really helpful. Okay. And then the other advice that I wanted to give you is some gift ideas, some intentional, clutter-free gift ideas. So you're not adding to the clutter in their life or adding additional burdens on them that they will have to donate, and you're more intentional with your money because they're going to like this stuff. Okay. So here's the list. I'm just going to go off and list them all off. I do want you to know I created a document that has a list of all of these things so that you can look at them later on, because I know a lot of us are visual learners, but I'm only going to post the documents in our Facebook group. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, get a part of it. It's called The Intentionalists. You can find it if you search on Facebook, and it's longer than The Intentionalist. I don't remember the rest of the title, but you'll see me, you'll know it's me. I'll also put a link to it in the notes section where you can go to the Facebook page directly. And then I share tips in there. I'm going to be a lot more consistent with sharing wisdom there, quick wisdom stuff on Wednesdays where I give you a tip to improve your life. So we'll be more active on there, but that's where you can find this document. Okay. And if you are on there, say hello, say something on there. Be active in the group. Tell us your gift ideas. That could be fun. All right, so here's the list. The first thing I have listed is tickets. You can give someone tickets to an event that they would love, or an experience like they would love to have. Because, people really remember experiences, right? All of us want to have good experiences in our life. Like I was thinking about the kids in my life, how I would love to gift them an experience and see if they can take a photo, and I can save that photo of them enjoying the experience and request that when I give the gift. Hey, when you guys actually go out and use these tickets to the zoo or whatever it is that I got you, will you take a picture for me and send it to me? I would love to see how much fun you had. Or maybe I could create some other additional thing that they can do while they're there. Like, hey, while you're there, do this, or I don't know, just add something fun to the whole experience. So tickets to an event, this could be a concert, even cooking classes. Virtual cooking classes are really fun, or sometimes there's things happening in their community. You can look and do a search and see if there's anything. I remember recently I saw that a band was coming into town that was one of my sister's favorites. And I was like, oh, I want to get her tickets to that and surprise her. But of course, you don't always know what's happening in their life. You might have to do some investigation to see if they can attend that event. Hot air balloon ride. I remember my husband tried getting a hot air balloon ride set up for me when he proposed to me. It was too windy, but I still want to do that. So that would be a cool gift. For me, at least, I'd want to do that. Horseback riding, if someone's into that. Skydiving, different activity passes, like, skiing, or if there's certain activities that they're interested in, you need to buy a pass to do so. Think about them as an individual. Like I mentioned, the zoo, farm visits, where my pig Wally is at right now. He's at a nonprofit farm, and they do little farm visits there. They even do picnics. It's called Fell in Love Farm. You should go check it out. It's in Holland, Michigan. Anyways, stuff like that. What else do I have here? Flights somewhere. The next thing I have listed is fitness or wellness classes, memberships, annual park passes. I love that as a gift. We got that as a gift from friends where we could go to the state parks. That was an awesome gift for us, especially because we love going outside. Running events, if they're into that, or any other kind of physical fitness challenges and things like that, you can research and see what's out there. Lessons, other classes for things that they may want to learn. For example, scuba diving, different gardening stuff. I'm into I really want to learn how to grow lion's mane mushrooms, and there's all these different kinds of mushrooms that you can eat that I would like to learn how to grow. Or there's microgreens. I wanted to learn how to grow those. And there's just little classes that you can take. Some of them are very cheap online to learn all kinds of things. You name it. There could be so many things you could learn. Language. Ian just bought himself a language class. That would have been a great gift for him. Instruments. We are going to buy ourselves a class where we're learning an instrument, the hand pan. I'm super excited about that. And then dance classes, woodworking. What are they interested in? There's got to be a class out there that they could benefit from learning. Audible, Kindle Unlimited, or any kind of like online reading subscriptions, if that's a thing for them, that's not going to cause clutter in their life. Gift cards to places they go often. Like, they're going to use this because they go often. They're not going to like lose this gift card or not use it. Sometimes people give gift cards to someone and they're like stuff that they don't go to, or it's on this way other side of town and they end up forgetting about it and they don't find the time to go to it. But if this is somewhere they always go, you can pretty much know they're going to use that gift card, right? Sometimes you can even go to the places and like buy it there and have their name put somewhere when they see them, if they're a regular or something like that. So coffee shops, golf, if they're really into that, bookstores, their favorite restaurants and other stores that they often go to. Gift cards to a spa, massage, manicure, pedicure, stuff like that, hair salon, things to like treat themselves, or places that they need to go to regularly for like self-grooming, like the hair salon. A gift card for home improvement things, like a professional cleaner, an organizer, designer, a power washer, car detailing service, car wash. Those things are things that we love to do. Like, we don't like to spend money on them, but we love to feel good when we see our new home or a nice clean car. What else do I got here? Babysitting services. So people can go out, even a date night package for someone if you got really creative about that. Meal subscription services. Anything that takes the burden off of them in a busy week. Really think about that person, what's best for them. Meal delivery services like Uber Eats or something like that. You can buy gift cards, and sometimes people just love that because they get to be at home and just order something. It saves them time. That's a great gift, especially if someone is at a busy season. They're caring for like a loved one, or they just had a baby. Things that people eat or use regularly. That's not going to cause too much clutter because you know that they're going to consume it regularly. Like for me, I use the same kind of greens powder, protein stuff. Like my mother-in-law is always asking me, like, what do you guys want? What do you want? And I want to be like, you could just look on our Amazon, because we share the same Amazon Prime. It's like, you could look on there and just see the stuff I buy consistently. Those are good gifts. Coffee, chocolate, favorite food items in particular. Maybe they always buy something like I just mentioned. I always buy the same greens powder, the same kind of coffee online. Skincare products. My sisters love when I give them like all of these special like skincare products that I really love. I do little packages for them and they use it. I know they're going to consume it. We always love the lipstick from... Why can't I think about this? Oh, Beauty Counter, that it's in the little gold lipstick container with like the vanilla scented. That's one of my favorite lipsticks. My sisters love that when they get that for Christmas, and we like cherish that lipstick. It just is so awesome. Anyways, the next thing I have down is a bonus for you, fun ways to give. You can tape gift cards or notes describing the gift or the experience on like a helium balloon. And then you can put this in a box. I heard this from someone. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea, because then you can open the box and then the balloon will release. And it's kind of like, oh, what's that? And then you can look at what's taped on it. You can wrap a photo giving a clue of the experience being gifted, or a picture of where maybe you like do some like cropping and you like have like, or let's say you got someone tickets somewhere to like, you're going to take a flight to like this beachy area and it's like you guys at the beach, and like that's a clue, and maybe you had to crop them in it, or I don't know, with whatever. It depends on your gift, right? Just giving ideas over here. The other thing you could do is like a scavenger hunt if you really want to be creative, and you don't have to make this long thing, but even if you're just like, there's 3 things that they have to like find, it could be very quick, but it changes their experience of opening that gift. They're going to remember it more. Why? Dopamine is going to be released. Why? Because it's a new experience to them. Even opening it, they're like, oh, and dopamine, when you release dopamine, the feel-good kind of hormone there, it also helps you remember things more. You actually need dopamine to remember this. This is why, remember things. This is why you're more likely to remember stuff that was new or different or exciting versus boring stuff. Is because dopamine wasn't released when you were dealing with the boring stuff, right? Okay, and then have them put, you can do a photo puzzle, like where they like have to put the puzzle together, and that might show a clue or be a part of the gift in some way. I don't know, you can get creative, but there's some ideas for you. All right, so that's all I got. I hope you really enjoyed this. Again, join the Facebook group if you're not a part of it, and have an awesome week. I will talk to you soon. Bye.